Most people don't realize that Amazon is taking 60 to 70 cents of every single dollar sold by Amazon sellers, not just 15%. Now, last Friday on my weekly live that I host here every Friday afternoon on the channel, I was venting about how bad this has gotten, and a ton of you resonated with that pain. I'll drop a link to that live video in the description here below, but today in this video, I want to actually break it down with real numbers so you can see exactly where your money is going. Because you ask many naive or inexperienced, uneducated sellers, how much money does Amazon really take? They might say, 15%. Listen, that's the referral fee or the commission. It's based on the category. It can be anywhere from 8% to as high as 20%. But that's just the starting point. Once you start layering in fulfillment and storage and advertising and return fees and inventory fees, well, the real number is dramatically higher. So let's break it down with a realistic example. Let's say that you're selling a product for $100 in the sports and outdoors category. First, that referral fee. Now, Amazon's going to take 15% in that category. So now, right off the bat, you're down to $85. That 15% is Amazon's commission. Second, there's the FBA and the storage and the logistics fees. That's for them, Amazon, to pick, pack, ship, and store your product and to deal with returns. Now, we have two options here. Number one, if you're FBM, fulfilled by merchant, then that fee doesn't necessarily apply, but you still have the expense and the cost of having to ship that out to a customer. That includes your boxes, your packaging, your tape, your labor, your warehouse, or your 3PL fees. It adds up. Amazon will do that for you with FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. So you send your inventory into Amazon's warehouses, and then when someone comes and buys your widget, Amazon pulls it, picks it out, packs it in a box, and ships it away, charges you for all of that, the shipping, the labor, everything else, a decent price, but all of that together plus what they charge you per unit in storage fees per month all adds up. Now, listen, for the sake of this video, I'm not even getting into inventory storage fees, inbound storage costs, inbound freight costs. I'm not getting into what if you don't have quite enough inventory, then they slap you with a low inventory fee, or God forbid, you have too much inventory and they slap you with long-term storage fees. For the sake of this calculation, we're going to keep it simple and just talk about that FBA fulfillment, the logistics, the storage fee. That's typically going to be another 15 to 25%. So now we're right down to $60 to $70 left out of our 100. Now look, this isn't just my opinion. Marketplace polls reported, quote, Amazon takes a 50% cut of sellers' revenue, and some sellers are even paying more. Let's add the part that most sellers are really underestimating the most. Before I get into that, real quick, if this is the kind of e-commerce analysis and strategy that you find helpful, how about tapping that subscribe button? I've personally been a seller on Amazon for over 20 years with over 100 million in revenue on my own seller account, and our agency managed brands of all types in all categories. Look, we see a lot, and I bring that wisdom to you here on the channel. So as I was saying, one of the biggest fees that's contributing to the pain is advertising. You want visibility on Amazon. If you want to sell on Amazon today, you're running ads. Amazon's advertising services revenue just for Q1, quarter one, 2026, scaled at over 22% year over year to over $17.2 billion. Now, a realistic tacos for most sellers, that's going to be another 12 to 15%. Now, let me explain that. Tacos, I'm not talking about what we like on Tuesday, although I do love my Taco Tuesday. Tacos is an acronym. It stands for Total Advertising Cost of Sale. So that metric is calculated by taking the amount of money that you have spent on ads and you divide it by the total revenue generated. Not just attributed sales, that's ACoS, but total sales. Back a couple of years ago, 10% was kind of the baseline. If you were doing $100,000 a month on Amazon in gross sales, then 10% of that would be $10,000, and that's kind of about what you would be expected to spend. That number's crept higher and higher and and higher, where now if you're spending 10% total advertising cost of sales, 10% of your gross sales, you're kind of behind. People are now closer to 12 to 15% of their total revenue is in ads. I have audited accounts this week where it was high as 20 to 30% of total revenue was being spent on ad spend. So that is a huge, huge component of the fee that sneaks in. So now, we are at $60 to $70 after fees, and then we take out ads. Let's just say 10% to be conservative. Now you're left with around $45 to $60. And Amazon sellers are feeling this more than ever. In April 2026, just a few weeks ago, Business Insider reported Amazon sellers described rising fees and costs as, quote, death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, let's zoom out. Go back to this. Out of your $100 sale, right off the top, Amazon took a 15% referral fee, and then around 25 to 20% in fulfillment and logistics costs, and then another 12 to 15% in ads. That is 47 to 60% gone immediately, which is like 60 cents out of every dollar. Some go as high as 70 cents when you start adding on all the additional fees. In more competitive categories, it can really get up there to 70%. Jewelry, for example, the commission is 20%. And this is the part that really stinks. Have you noticed? We have not yet even included COGS, which stands for cost of goods sold. That's right. We're doing all this and we've gotten down to this number and we haven't even factored in the cost of that product that we're selling. So now sellers are dealing with this. Meanwhile, Amazon, they continue to get richer and richer and richer. In Amazon's most recent earnings report released on April 29, 2026 for Q1 2026, revenue exceeded expectations with $181.5 billion, billion with a B. A huge portion of that came from seller fees, fulfillment, and advertising. Third-party seller services were around $41.6 billion, growing at 14% year over year. And advertising services, well, as I mentioned earlier, they raked in over $17.2 billion, growing 22% year over year. So the key takeaway here, friends, isn't don't sell on Amazon. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Amazon is dead. I'm not saying you can't succeed on Amazon anymore. I'm not saying don't do it. My takeaway is this. You have to understand the real math. If you're building your business assuming that Amazon's going to take 15 or 20%, you're just going to lose money and you're not going to win. Now, this is where we see a lot of sellers struggle. They try to figure this out. They try to manage all this themselves, the pricing, the fees, the ads, the logistics, the margins aren't making sense. They slowly disappear and they see how much money they sold on Amazon and then they get their payout and they're like, I don't understand. Why am I not making any money? In a lot of cases, these sellers wind up losing more money figuring it out on their own than if they had the right strategy and support from the very beginning. Now, that's the very thing that we exist for, to help brands like yours scale profitably on Amazon and other e-commerce channels. Hey, speaking of pain, you got to understand what's happening now with Amazon's payouts, because their shift to DD+7 payments is making this pain even harder on cash flow. I'd like you to watch my recent video right here. I break it all down in detail. You can't understand the math if you don't understand the payout structure. Just click this video here on the screen and I will see you soon.